Hello everybody and welcome to Grassroots Vegan. I'm David Kelly. So I would like to talk to those out there in YouTube land that are not vegans yet. What are you waiting for? No. Yeah, maybe you're vegan curious, or perhaps you're already convinced that the vegan lifestyle is a better choice from eating the standard American diet that you've been used to for so many years. And you might even already be convinced that it's true that eating a large amount of animal products contributes to the destruction of our environment, whether it's through deforestation or greenhouse gas emissions or water pollution or land erosion. You understand that, you've watched the videos, you know what it's about, or you really do feel for the animals that are subjected to extreme cruelty and factory farming. You get it, but you're still holding back because you're not sure you're going to be able to make that decision to become vegan and be able to stick to it, because your habits are so ingrained in your lifestyle. You're embedded with the way you eat, and to make a radical change is just, you're afraid that it's just going to fail almost immediately. So rather than just diving into the deep end of veganism and maybe perhaps drowning in the process, why don't you just begin by putting your feet in the water first? And I have an idea here. Now, it's just an idea, but I think it could be quite effective. So here it is. 7 weeks to vegan freedom. That's right, 7 weeks to vegan freedom. And what it is the first week, it's really a simple program. The first week, you choose one day, a day that will be the most convenient for you. You choose a day to eat vegan. So you're not going to have any animal products in that day. You're going to eat purely whole plant-based foods. And then the second week you do 2 days, and the third week you do 3 days, and the fourth week you do 4 days, and the fifth week you do 5 days, the sixth week you do 6 days, and the seventh week you do 7 days. And then after you've done that, you can decide whether you want to continue on being vegan or not. Now, what I would suggest while you're doing this program, 7 weeks to vegan freedom, educate yourself further in veganism. Get to know what foods are out there available, where are the best places to shop for vegan options. Fortunately enough, today, almost every grocery store has a section for vegetarians and vegans. And in the beginning, I wouldn't get too preoccupied with the style of veganism you're going to do, but rather just becoming a vegan and getting used to not eating animal products. So enjoy the transitional foods that are available out there, the meat substitutes, the cheese substitutes. And go out to vegan restaurants. Get familiar with the vegan community and the vegan culture. And then as you start to get more used to this lifestyle and you start to grow into it, then you may want to start beginning to think in terms of eating vegan for your health. Because, the reality is you can be 100% vegan and be unhealthy because, well, let's face it, potato chips are vegan, right? So there's a lot of unhealthy vegan foods out there that are basically just junk food. So what you really want to do as well is focus on becoming a healthy vegan. And what I would recommend here is including a lot of fresh fruits and vegetables and good starches like potatoes and rice, beans and lentils and quinoa, and try to stay away from processed foods as much as possible. You don't have to completely eliminate processed foods, but try to eat whole plant-based foods, and try to avoid using a lot of oils and high-fat foods. Try to keep the fat down. So if you're eating an abundance of fresh fruits, fresh vegetables, and good starches like potatoes and rice and quinoa, I can assure you, you will be on the path to a healthy, vibrant life. And isn't that what you want? And on top of that, you will be making a positive contribution to the environment, and you will no longer be participating in the animal cruelty towards livestock in factory farming. It's a great place to be. So you can begin this week. I challenge you to do 7 weeks to vegan freedom. You can do it. I know you can. So here, let's say you do the 7 weeks and you make it. You go 7 whole days without eating any animal products. Then, what happens after that? I would say if you really feel the need to eat something that you ate in the past that's not vegan, do it. Because I can almost bet at this point, after you've gone through that 7-week program, that whatever you eat from the past will just not have the same appeal once you eat it. I mean, it will in your mind. And I remember when I was first doing veganism, I had a strong desire for rack of lamb. And then the opportunity came to have rack of lamb. And this was a few months into being a vegan. And I decided to have it. And before I had it, I knew a couple days ahead of time that I would be having this rack of lamb. And I was so excited because it was one of my favorite meats. And then when that day came and I ate it, it was a disappointment. It didn't meet my expectations. Something was lost. That period of time that I went without eating animal products changed something inside of me. I could no longer go back. And I knew at that point, this was my journey. I would never be going back to eating that way again. 7 weeks to vegan freedom. It's yours. Good luck.